We now have a clearer picture of what the future could hold for the Northwest Territories' Ekati diamond mine. Last week, the mine's owner put out a detailed plan for the mine's future, but there are still a lot of uncertainties. Sarah Krymalowski joins me now for more on this story. So Sarah, tell me about this plan. What were the main takeaways?
Yeah, so this is a life of mine update from the company that owns Ekati. It sets out in a lot of detail what Ekati's owner, Burgundy Diamond Mine, wants to do at this mine. It's also the biggest update that we've gotten on Ekati since production was suspended at the mine's Point Lake site in July. At the time, the company said it wasn't profitable to mine anymore, and they also laid off several hundred people. So one of the biggest pieces of news in the update is that the plan is now to reopen that pit in mid-2026 if diamond prices cooperate. Another big takeaway from the plan is that Burgundy still thinks it could keep Ekati running until 2040, and they plan to do that by mining underground at their Fox site. They say work to get that pit ready could start in mid-2026, and they could start actually getting diamonds out in 2029. The company gave an outlook for the Misery underground site as well. This is the only area where they're mining right now. They say it will stay in production until at least the end of 2027. This is longer than they previously thought.
And how have people reacted to this life of mine update, Sarah?
Yeah, I talked to a couple of people about their thoughts on the new plan. One was Paul Zimnisky. He's an expert on diamond markets. He told me that this is a great report, but ultimately whether Burgundy can actually follow through on these plans will depend on diamond markets. And diamond prices have been down for about 2 years, and it's hard to know when they might pick back up.
Consumers still want natural diamonds, and I think consumers will continue to buy natural diamonds, but there's just a lot of volatility in the market and a lot of moving parts right now.
I also spoke to Johnny McKinney. He represents Ekati workers for the Union of Northern Workers, and he says the report has him feeling optimistic.
I think it really shows that Burgundy is committed to, they're not going to leave and they're not going to abandon Ekati until there's no other option. So I take a little bit of comfort in that, knowing that they're going to try their best to keep the doors open.
McKinney says there's also good news in the report for laid-off union members, specifically that planned mid-2026 start date to restart the mining at Point Lake. It's within the year recall provision in the workers' collective agreement. So if everything goes according to plan, unionized employees at the mine could get their old jobs back. McKinney acknowledges there's still a lot of uncertainty for the laid-off workers, but he says it's a good sign that there's at least a plan to bring them back. And we don't know yet what the future holds for non-unionized workers at the mine.
Okay, so what comes next?
So this month, Ekati reduced production at its plant to 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off schedule. The plan is to keep the reduced schedule until mining at Point Lake reopens. For now, the company will keep mining at Misery underground. They'll also keep drilling to investigate whether they may be able to keep mining in Misery past the end of 2027. And then, of course, we'll wait and see what happens at Point Lake and Fox Underground next year.
All right. Thanks for all your work on this, Sarah.
Thank you.